considered four-star recruit before he even graduated middle school. Brands were lining up to endorse Mikey Williams, and sports analysts were predicting he could be one of the greatest players of all time. Mikey seemed to have the world at his fingertips. But how does a young man with such a promising future become Pablo Escobar just when he can afford everything he desires? Mikey Williams, a former social media star who gathered over 5 million Instagram and TikTok followers, is currently engaged in a legal battle to regain his freedom. It serves as a reminder of how swiftly the hopes of a much-acclaimed prospect can fade. American basketball player Mikey Williams, a member of the UCF Knights in the Big 12 Conference, was born on June 26, 2004. He had previously played for San Ysidro High School, Vertical Academy, and Lake Norman Christian High School in North Carolina. Despite never playing, he had pledged to play for the Memphis Tigers. Following his court fight, he will make his debut. The summer before he entered 7th grade, Mikey Williams was first exposed to the bright lights of sports celebrity. At that point, he gained notoriety by defeating the sole middle school team in America, drawing boisterous fans, TV cameras, and autograph hunters. With an eye toward facing Bronny James and the formidable North Cup Blue Chips, Williams' fledgling travel team entered the renowned USBA National Finals. Although Williams' father wasn't an NBA legend like Bronny's, he was born into an athletic household. His mother, Therese, is still the MEAC single-season doubles and RBI's champion, having played softball at Hampton University. Malone Williams' father was an all-San Diego High School basketball star, whose unsatisfactory academic record prevented him from being offered a Division I scholarship. When Williams was still in diapers, he had a basketball in his hands, playing on the outdoor courts behind his family's apartment, doing drills with his father, or taking in tough lessons from Tyrone Shelley and Malcolm Thomas, both of whom went on to play at San Diego State and helped him refine his game. Mikey Mania was fueled by the Williams family, who used Instagram and TikTok to promote and establish his brand. Williams started sharing well-chosen images and videos of himself showing off his new tattoo, stylish attire, or on-court skills. Williams would occasionally even strike a pose in front of an expensive sports vehicle that he wasn't old enough to drive. Williams' story became even more touching when his basketball career took an unexpected turn. The renowned best 8th grader in the world declined many invites from elite prep schools to perform for his modest hometown public school, situated just one highway exit north of the border with Tijuana. Though San Ysidro had no prior record of flying banners or sending athletes to elite universities, Williams made the Border Boys famous right away. When he made his high school debut, he scored 41 points. A week later, in front of Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, he went for 50. He scored 77 runs in his 9th high school game, shattering the single-season scoring record for San Diego County. The hype train continued to roll even after Williams amassed so many points against weak opposition. He was named the National Freshman of the Year by Max Preps. After games, fans of all ages stood in line for almost an hour to request autographs or photos. Williams ultimately had to move out of state prior to his sophomore year in order to play basketball because of California's stringent COVID regulations. In order for the 16-year-old Williams to play for Lake Norman Christian, an up-and-coming basketball powerhouse with a few other Division I prospects, Williams and his father relocated to North Carolina. Every time Williams performed at a showcase or a competition, irrational groups of adults screamed for photos and signatures. Williams usually tried to meet the needs of his followers, but occasionally the crowds became too large, and he had to go covertly through the back door. NBA scouts and college recruiting analysts started to worry more about Williams' potential as a prospect by the end of his sophomore season. He was a dynamic athlete who could slam the ball high in the air or score a step-back three. However, Williams remained just 6-2, ineffective as a scorer, and prone to mishandled passes and poorly timed shots. It's likely that those outside of the basketball recruiting scene believed Mikey Williams to be the best player in the nation. He was everywhere on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. However, it was pretty clear from talking to people in the sport that it would not happen before then. His popularity considerably outpaced his ability and growth. His father established Vertical Academy, a rebranded club program that required athletes to attend online courses from Lake Norman Christian, and it had no home gym and was not connected to any league or high school athletic association. Playing a 40-plus game national schedule, Vertical Academy traveled by plane nearly every weekend to take on elite prep schools like Prolific Prep, Oak Hill Academy, and Monteverde. The fact that Vertical Academy lost more games than it won didn't seem like an issue to NBA scouts. With the quality of the opposition and Trey Parker, an NC State signee, the only other high-level recruit on the squad save Williams. It was always a possibility. The true problem was that Vertical Academy didn't always seem to be focused on winning. Too frequently, Williams' lack of effort in defense or his inability to make most of the shots he attempted to take seemed to bother no one around him as long as he produced a few highlights worthy of social media. Williams partnered with Excel Sports Management to pursue name, image, and likeness arrangements at the same time that his father opened Vertical Academy. Excel enabled Williams to create an NFT collection, land a major part opposite Jason Tatum in an NBA 2K22 commercial, and land a first-of-its-kind endorsement contract with Puma. Although Williams' long-term growth and development were sacrificed in order to connect with Puma, such partnerships may have brought in an undisclosed amount of money. Williams was prevented from participating in the Nike or Adidas grassroots circuits, which would have offered structure, fierce competition, and a venue for college coaches to assess him. By April 2022, Williams was prepared to make a change. Because he was tired with the way things were going, he abruptly announced on YouTube that pop-up prep schools were no longer an option for him. He would finish his high school education at San Ysidro instead. For Williams, his senior year was a letdown and things were going to go really bad. Michael Williams was charged in Superior Court on Friday, October 27, 2023 in El Cajon, California. He faces 9 felony charges related to a gunshot that occurred on March 27th at his $1.2 million house. On March 27th, just before midnight, a white Tesla carrying 6 passengers ascended a winding road deep into the unincorporated East San Diego County hills. The car parked in front of an opulent 5-acre estate featuring a tennis court, a rock waterfall, an infinity-edged pool, and other features. This 3,700 square foot home was co-owned by Williams since August 2022, a few months after he turned 18. He and his Chicago-born teammate Taylor from San Ysidro were both residing there. Williams' home was visited that evening by Tesla's occupants, one of whom was reportedly dating Taylor. During a preliminary hearing, the teenage girl said that Williams seemed surprised to see them and started threatening them. Williams said that he was heading to his rifle, then vanished inside his home. While some witnesses claimed to have seen Williams leave the house with a gun as they were leaving, none of them claimed to have seen him discharge a weapon. Hashemi anticipates that Williams' lawyers will attempt to undermine the credibility of the witnesses and draw attention to the absence of concrete evidence connecting Williams to the shooting if they contend that someone else carried out the shooting. Hashemi stated that in the event that Williams' lawyers assert self-defense, they will have the burden of proving that he had cause to believe he was in danger. Many of the organizations who originally signed Williams to endorsement deals have since severed connections with him, even though he will have an opportunity to defend himself against the allegations during his trial. In an attempt to capitalize on Williams' enormous fan base among children and teenagers, Nussbaum hired him in 2021 and promised to pay him up to $200,000 annually to introduce young people to Lace Clip's wearable sports technology. Williams was in breach of contract long before Nussbaum claimed to have fired him right after the arrest. Williams was already on the fringes, even though his arrest just makes his chances of establishing an NBA career even less. NBA scouts expressed difficulty envisioning a team spending even a second-round draft pick or a two-way deal on a volume-oriented, undersized scoring guard. So, how do you think Williams is handling the fact that his basketball career is on pause? His endorsements are drying up and his freedom is in jeopardy. Do you think he deserves this, or do you feel sorry for him? Please share your thoughts in the space provided below and don't forget to watch our upcoming video.